need to get a measurement of the width of the two roof panels. So you lap them the way you'd expect them to be lapped. And we'll take a measurement across. Comes out to about 51 inches. And for the supports for this roof, I think we're going to go a little bit over 51 inches. Going to give ourselves an inch and a half on each end, so let's go 54 inches total. First thing I've done is I've taken the measurement from the roofing, cut a piece of pipe that length, 54 inches. Then what I've done, I've used these fittings here that we made. They clip on to support a vertical pipe here. What you want is you want the distance. First of all, it has to be centered. You want the distance from the pipe to the edge of the pipe to be the same this way and this way. That ends up being an 18-inch piece of pipe. The measurement I've got here is 18¼ inches high. This is 18¼ inches to the edge of the pipe here, not the fitting of the pipe. So I've got the same thing back here. Clip it on, center it. Now what I'm going to do is going to take this piece here, 54 inches long, find the center. (27 inches). I'm going to get a mark 42 inches wide, centered on that center mark. So I'm going to go 21 inches each side of my center. I'm going to take my marks, 42 inches. My 42-inch mark should be right flush with the face of both of these two verticals. These pieces are coming out. They're just temporary. Now what I'm going to do is get the square. See if I got everything about square in here. Looks like I got some adjusting to do. Now what I'm going to do is center this pipe directly over this pipe. Wants to slide around a little bit with the duct tape. So I'm going to put a little duct tape this way to kind of lock it in there. Now, what I need to figure out is how much the pipe sticks over each end. Got about 6¼ inches. I'm going to want these pipes here to stick out the same amount. Looks like I need to cut the pipes about 6 1/8 inches long. I've got these scraps here from right at the very beginning when we cut the 40-inch pieces, I think they were. And they're 5 7/8. You know what? I'm not going to worry about 1/4 inch. These are going to be the pieces that are going to go in here. I've got 3 of these, so I'll cut a 4th one. And I'll glue them in. Playing for keeps now. What we've got is 2 of these 8-foot roofing panels. I need 4 pieces, 32 inches long. So I'm going to get 3 of them out of this panel, out of this 96-inch panel. I'm going to get 1 out of the other one. pair of kitchen scissors. Okay, we'll get going putting the roof on. Also, I'm going to reattach this at some point. What I've done, we've got the same amount of overhang here, set up just like before. We've got 42 inches across the outside here. Got this all squared up. Now what I need to do is find the center of this opening. It's going to be about 19 inches. I'm going to make a mark on each side of that, 1 inch each side. I'm going to come down here, same thing, take this distance in here, split it in half, 19 inches. I've got to mark 1 inch on each side. Here's these roofing panels. I also made a mark 1.5 inches in from each end. 1.5 inches in from each end, which was about 51 inches overall. That was roughly what the overall width of this should be. So I'm going to hold this up here. It looks like I got about 1/8 of an inch between the mark and the panel. So if I come over here, we'll leave about 1/8 of an inch here. I'm going to add another mark top and bottom here. This is the center line. I'm going to make a mark 1.5 inches over. We're just trying to establish the same relative positions on both pieces of pipe. So when I hold this up here, and I got my 1/8 of an inch here, looks like I'm just about 1/8 of an inch inside of that last mark we made. I can go down here, get 1/8 of an inch there too. So I'm going to start out with this 1/8 of an inch on both. On the top here, I can see the center of the pipe. I don't want to go past that. If I go past the center with this one, then the other one's going to hit it. So looking straight on it this way, I'm sorry, straight down on it, this inside edge here. I'm just about 1/4 of an inch from the center. I'm using these 1/2 inch screws here. Well, it's taken me a minute to figure out. I kind of got thrown for a loop here. These two distances should be about the same. This piece is angling on the way it meets the top pipe a little bit, and I checked everything. I couldn't find anything wrong. Well, it turns out this piece of roofing is spread out a little bit. Here's 26 3/4 here. About 26 1/8 here. So I'm going to pull it a little bit this way. And that changes up there. It changes a lot of things. Thought I was losing it there for a minute. Okay, I got this other piece. Just kind of feeling how it fits over the previous piece. Everything along the top looks pretty good. I'm going to measure this one. After that last one, I'm going to measure them all. So I think I'll spread them both out just a little bit, get up to more towards 27 3/4. Kind of side along things. Might want to double check your square, your vertical alignment here, in case anything has changed. And I think I'll do the other side. I'll screw that 2x4 back on, and then I'll come back over and start filling in screws.